Hi everyone, Kaary here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing great today. So today I'm back with another speed build for you guys, and today we are not building with businesses and hobbies. We're actually building with only base game for my building Newcrest save file. So this build is actually a Dutch colonial family home. It's built in that massive 50 by 40 lot, I'm pretty sure, in Newcrest. I built this before we got the businesses and hobbies expansion pack, so I don't exactly remember everything that I did in this build. So if you want to go and check it out in the description, I always leave all the information for my builds. So the lot size, how many bedrooms and bathrooms it has, the lot cost, like how much the build costs, and the lot type, the lot size, and the lot I'm building on. So you can have all that information if you want to go and check it out down in the description, because I just don't remember everything that I did because it's been a while. But I really wanted to share this build with you guys because I have been waiting so long for me to upload it to YouTube. I really was excited about this build. I worked so hard on having something massive for this save file because I have been having so much fun building this save file, and working with only base game is really cool. I didn't think I would ever feel that way about building with only base game voluntarily because every time that I build with only base game, I always complain about how difficult it is, how much you struggle building with only base game because we don't have that many things, we don't have so many beds, either double or single beds, we don't have many activities for your sims to do, and so on and so on. So when I decided to start this save file, it was as a challenge as well for me, to make myself build with only base game and enjoy it, and that's very much what I'm doing. I'm just enjoying it so much that I think before we got businesses and hobbies, I may have built like 3 different builds for this save file also using only base game, and that's really cool. I really had a blast, and I just don't want this save file to finish so far. So I don't know, maybe I'm gonna be working on many things. I have my other save file that is packed, not packed limited, is I use every pack for my other save file, so if you want to go and check it out as well, I have more than 120 builds already done for this save file. So if you want to go and check it out, there's a playlist down below. And I have some other builds as well that I usually build. I have some other playlists as well. If you want to go and check them out, they are all linked in the description. And I don't know, I have many projects, and I just think that finishing this save file is gonna be both like a nice and also a really sad moment for me. Maybe then I can start a new save file in a different world. Maybe I can start creating like pack limited save files, so every world it's gonna be its own save file, and I can, I don't know, use base game and get famous, and also and only build in the Del Sol Valley, and I can do that with different worlds. We will see, but we still have some more lots to cover in Newcrest for the building Newcrest save file. So yeah, we still have time. I can still plan what I want to do. And also because I have been lacking time lately, I just haven't had enough time to do everything that I want to do because my son is getting older, and he needs more and more attention every time. I just don't want to like commit myself to do something that then you're gonna like, you're gonna approve, and then I'm never gonna finish. And that has happened before, so that's why I just say it. Maybe I can do that, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do so because I don't know what's like time has for me. So I don't know. I also have a full-time job as well outside of YouTube, so I still need to do that. So I just want to take it easy, but I have so many ideas in my mind of things that I want to do and projects that I want to work on. So far, I'm working, like I'm sharing this build with you guys, and because I don't have enough time, I decided to tackle 2 massive builds as well. That was sarcasm because I do not have time, and I don't know why every time that I say I don't have time to build, I'm really, really struggling with time in real life and stuff. I decide to build something huge, something massive that I know it's gonna take me forever to finish. I don't know why I do that to myself. I don't know if any one of you that are builders like do the same thing to yourselves. Like every time that you say I don't have time, you decide to build a huge 64 by 64 villa and a castle, and it also has like a time machine and I don't know, something huge that you know it's gonna take you forever. Well, that's me every time that I say I don't have time to build. So this time I didn't even have edited this video when I decided I'm gonna upload this build to YouTube. I hadn't even edited the video, and I thought it's not gonna take me that long. I mean, it's not as long as some other builds that I have on the line waiting for me to finish the edition of the build so I can actually upload it to YouTube and do the voiceover and stuff. And then I realized this build took me forever. It was like, I don't know, 7 hours to finish, like to build this whole thing. And for me, having a build that it takes me 7 hours is something really huge, because I usually am quite a fast builder, I will say. It doesn't take me that much time to finish something, even though I say it's going to be detailed, or even though it's a 64 by 64 lot. It usually doesn't take me more than 3 or 4 hours. This time, I think it took me like 7. And that's a long time for me. I kind of sit here and really focus when I'm building, and I can build for hours and hours as long as my son allows me to do so. So if he's with his dad or with his grandma, or he's asleep, I can build for hours. But if it's not the case, I just need to take some time and spend time with him and take care of him, because that's my main priority. So right now what I'm doing is actually taking my time to build, enjoying the time with my son, and just having builds as fast as I can. Right now, it's been a little bit over a week since I uploaded something, and it's because everything that I had for me to share in YouTube was actually something massive. So I would have had to edit something that would have taken me 3 or 4 hours to edit anyways. So I decided to share this one with you guys. I just love it so much. I really hope you guys like it. And I have been rambling around for almost 8 minutes already. Just because I have been talking over the exterior of this build. So you saw the house coming to shape and everything like that. And then you see me creating all these outside areas. I decided to use a lot of rounded pieces, as you can see. I used it's kind of a more organic kind of shape for my builds, and I don't usually do that. I don't think I've done this before because it took me so long to have this finished and to look the way that I wanted it to look. I just don't know how to work with rounded pieces that much. Only the round pulls. I love rounded pulls. They are definitely one of my most favorite features in The Sims 4. So yeah, I just struggled a little bit, but I really wanted this build to like look different from everything else in Newcrest and everything else in the save file. And I think the rounded shapes that I used in the exterior make it look way different from everything that I built. Also, I haven't built anything in Dutch colonial style before, so that's something different as well. But I just wanted it to have like a staple piece or something like that. And I think the landscaping that I'm doing right now is definitely that. So I kept it quite simple. I didn't use that many different plants, as you can see. But I just think it makes sense. I think it looks realistic. I think it's something that if someone had this such massive lot for them to build their house in, they would definitely build something like this and decorate it like this, because plants are expensive in real life, I'm pretty sure. I have never had the chance to build my own house or to do any landscaping to any builds like houses in real life, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure plants are quite expensive, and like doing all the landscaping and things like that, I'm pretty sure it takes a lot of money. So I just think it's realistic. And here we're creating a pergola because I didn't want to use the one that we got in the Hispanic Heritage update a few years ago, because it just wasn't the vibe that I was trying to go for. It wasn't the vibe. So I decided to create my own. I think it looks nice. And because we're building with only base game, we don't have to take care, like, to worry about the weather. So it doesn't matter if it rains on this pergola, because we don't have rain in the base game. So it's not gonna rain. And I think it's such a plus when it comes to building with only base game, because you can do things that when it comes to someone building with more packs, especially with seasons, you have to take care of many things, and you have to consider the weather and the world and how the weather is in that world, because not every world in The Sims 4 have the same type of weather. So sometimes it rains more often in one world, but in the other one is more like it's hotter and things like that. So you can definitely like relax a little bit when it comes to building with only base game, because you don't have to pay attention to the weather, and that's a plus when it comes to building something like this. So yeah, you have many things that you can do here in the outside. Everything is so open, everything is so big that your Sims just have so much space for them to walk around, and you can definitely add more things if you have more packs, if you want to download this build from the gallery without downloading the whole save file. And you can definitely renovate this house if you want, and you can add more things to it if you want. So there's a sitting area for your Sims to enjoy some time outside. There's the pergola, as I said. There's also the pool, so you can have a barbecue, a pool party. And here you have this sandbox that I created for the kids in this house to play in, because this is a family home, as I said. I know it has 5 bedrooms, but or maybe 6 bedrooms, I don't know. You can definitely see that in the description, but I don't know if it has like 6 bathrooms as well. I didn't keep any of the bathrooms in the speed build because this video was already too long. I really wanted to keep at least 1 bathroom so you could see what I did, but I decided against it because it was just gonna be too much. The speed build is already quite long. I already don't know what to talk about in the speed build, and we haven't even gotten to the interior yet. So yeah, that's why I decided to get rid of some of the parts of this build. So some of them are gonna be already fully decorated. Some others you will see it on the screenshots. Right now we're creating a doorbell because this is one of those tiny details that I really want to add to my builds. And of course it's not functional, it doesn't do anything, it's just decorational, and I think it looks so good. But yeah, this house ends up having space for, I think, the 2 parents and 4 kids, like teens. I think it's 2 teens and 2 kids, but we will see when we get to the interior, like to the bedrooms, because I don't exactly remember that much. But this house ends up having a living room, an entryway, a kitchen, a dining, and a family room, all on the first floor. And I'm pretty sure there's a bathroom as well, but I could be mistaken. And the 2nd and 3rd floor are bedrooms only, and bathrooms, of course. But yeah, there's a family room in here, and I never add family rooms to my builds because I just think a family room is just another big living room, and your Sims already don't use the living rooms that much. Unless they have a TV, they won't use the living room for anything. I mean, maybe they will take a nap on the couch, but they don't have like family gameplay in that way, sitting together playing games or just chatting all together in the living room. I don't know, things like that don't happen in the game. So when it came to me adding a family room, it would mean that the living room was gonna be like obsolete, and it wasn't gonna be anything. It was just gonna be more money for your Sims to invest in the house, and also more time for me to furnish something. So I decided to add a radio here and also add the TV. That's a frame TV that we got in one of the rewards challenge. I don't remember which one now, but yeah, I decided to add those things in there so your Sims can actually host a party and they can dance in the living room if they want, and they can watch TV, maybe have a movie night or something like that. But now we're moving into the kitchen, and the kitchen is the smallest room here. because I don't think you need to have such a massive kitchen when you have a really massive dining space. I mean, the dining room is quite big, and I really wanted to have a nice kitchen. So this is a counters and cabinets that we got in the latest base game update. I think I have been overusing them, but bear with me because they are the best counters and cabinets that we have in base game so far. They are beautiful, they're really versatile. I love every single swatch that we have. And also just to justify myself a little bit, this was like one of the first builds that I did when this update came, so I was allowed to overuse these counters and cabinets. Right now I'm doing my best to use some others, so it doesn't feel like these are the only ones that I use. But yeah, I was allowed to do so because this was one of the first builds that I did with those items. So I think I used many of the items that we got in the base game update, and also things from the rewards challenge. As you can see, I added the milk cartons that we got in the Blast from the Past challenge, and this is the dining space that I had completely forgotten to add windows to. So you can see me now adding the windows and then now creating the dining space. And this is what I mean when I say it's massive. I mean, for a dining space, you only need a dining table and chairs. You don't need anything else. But you have this massive space and you have to cover things here, because maybe in real life, it's not that bad to have empty walls or empty spaces in your houses. But in The Sims, it just looks weird when you don't have every single corner filled in with something, or every single wall with a painting or a portrait or a photo of someone and stuff like that. So that's what I tried to do in there. And now we're moving into the bedroom. So this is one of the bedrooms on the second floor. This is actually a guest room. I thought it would be nice to have a guest room, and I'm using this base game bed that I think I've used like once or twice before. I don't think I've used it that often because I don't really like this bed, but I wanted to go for quite a different color scheme, and I think this one looks really nice. So I'm going for grays and greens, and that allowed me to use this dresser in this green swatch that I think I discovered when I was building, like decorating this room, but I don't remember using it before. And it's a beautiful green swatch. It's kind of a sagey, more bluish color. It's beautiful. So yeah, that was the guest room on the second floor, because this house ends up having like 4 floors, I'm pretty sure, like 4 stories. I think, but these are one of the kids' rooms. All the kids' rooms, I'm pretty sure they have an ensuite bathroom. So you can see this one has an ensuite bathroom, and this is for a little girl. I decided to go with this bed. That it's another bed that I don't usually use too much because it's kind of fancy, and I don't usually build like fancy things in the game. Especially not with only base game. And I just really liked it. I thought this was like the youngest kid in the house, and this was like I don't know, she was like a princess. So everything that you see here is kind of Victorian. She has this castle dollhouse that I think I've never used before because I never know exactly where to use it. So maybe I've used it once in the past. But yeah, this is more for a sim that is kind of a dreamer. She likes to create stories. Maybe she does a lot of games with her dolls and in a dollhouse, and maybe she's gonna grow up to be a novelist or something. Maybe she writes fantasy novels or I don't know, teen stories and stuff like that. Maybe that's a nice storyline for her. And yeah, she has a TV as well because she's a kid. She would like to watch TV, but maybe she doesn't focus that much on that. She just really likes to live in this fantasy world playing with her dollhouse. And that actually sounds pretty much like me when I was a little girl. I used to play with dollhouses when I was a little girl. I think I still have that dollhouse that made my life so happy when I was growing up. And then I actually did take writing classes, and I would start writing a book. I never finished it because it took me too much, and I'm too like focused on details, like detailed focused, I would say. I wanted everything to be perfect, and working like that is kind of hard when it comes to writing, so I decided to scrap that idea. And then I mean, in the meantime, because The Sims has been a part of my life my whole life, but I would play with my doll houses, I would play with Barbies, I would write novels, I would write fanfics, and then I would play The Sims in my free time. So I think that room was actually like something that would be really like pretty much myself when I was a little girl. But yeah, this is one of the teens rooms. So they have a computer in here. Maybe I was thinking that they would be into music, so this kid has 3 guitars in the room. And of course I had to use the blow up sofa. Like, this is the chair from the Blast from the Past rewards challenge, because I really like this item so much. And I love that I was able to use both orange and blue in this bedroom, so that was really cool. This is the other kids room. I think this is for a teenager as well, and this combination of purple and green, it's kind of new for me. I just don't remember ever using that combination, and I love it. I think it looks really nice. This kid, I don't know if well, this is a teenager as well, but I don't know if I have a specific like idea for the sim that's gonna live here, like use this room. They do have a frog. I thought that was really cool. Maybe I don't know. They are kind of weird. I think they're what people would call a weird type of kid. But I think they're really cool. I just really like adding random stuff to my kids' rooms because I think it makes sense. I think kids are like the kind of people that would actually have random stuff around, and they would always have like a justification for that. They would know exactly what they want to do. But now I remember that this kid is into gaming because this teenager has the games console that we got in the Blast from the Past challenge. So yeah, they are into gaming, and I think that's really cool. And this is the other room that I decorated for the kid, and this one is for another kid. So this is for a boy. This kid has an ensuite bathroom, as you can see. And this kid, I wanted to have something different in their bedroom, and here I'm trying to create like a pull-out couch. So I was thinking that maybe one of the he has a lot of friends coming over, and he has like this best friend that likes to stay over, and he spends the night here. But I just really wanted to have something that felt like a pull-out couch or something like that, or a futon or something, but I just couldn't make it work with only base game. So I decided to use this couch and add the pillows in that position to represent a little bit that this kid comes and stays over, and they use those pillows as, well, pillows. So they use the cushions as pillows. That's what I meant. And they really like sports and music, and it's a kid, so he still has this choice from he was when he was growing up. He doesn't care that much. He's a kid. He's into sports, and yeah, he has this best friend, as I said. I think that storyline is really cute. That I don't usually think of my Sims as having best friends or anything like that when they grow up. I do make them have friends when I do gameplay, but it's not something that I consider when I decorate my houses, when I do speed builds and things like that. I never consider that my Sims would actually have friends. And that's weird. I heard it, and it was weird for me to say that. But I think, I don't know, I think it makes sense. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, we're moving into the top floor. I don't remember. Maybe this is the 4th story of this house. I don't know. But this is where the main bedroom is. So this is the parents' room. It's a big room, but it's not as big. I think it's as big as the kids' rooms downstairs, but it's just a square, so it doesn't feel as big. And they do have an ensuite bathroom, as you can see, but I haven't decorated it yet because I wanted to show you how I did it on the speed build. But then I decided when I was editing the video that I wasn't gonna do that because it was just gonna take forever. So yeah, the parents' room is really simple. It doesn't have that many things going on. I don't usually have like different storylines for parents when it comes to their bedroom. I do always have like a maybe an office or something like that. But this corner here, I just thought that it would be great for one of the Sims to knit. For example, if you wanted to do so, they could knit in there, and that would be really cool. And yeah, here we're adding some tiny details to the exterior of this build, and I cannot believe that I talked over this whole speed build. I'm so proud of myself, and I really hope you guys stayed until the very end of this build and that you enjoyed it. So if you like this build, please give it a like to the video, also comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Enjoy the screenshots. Goodbye.